Hey guys, backyard scrapping here. Today we are actually going to be working on a little job project. I've already got this opened up, and it's a small silver refine. I've already done all the arrangements and talked with the customer. This is the material he has sent, showing two different little bags. One of them 174.82 grams and one of them 187.21 for a total of 362 grams. Now this is sterling silver. Apparently this looks like, from what I could see, there's a couple little buttons in here and some cut up heavier stuff. But anywho, yeah, there's some melted buttons and it looks like a couple of bars or something cut up. So that's package one. That looks all cleaned up, so that's ready to go. And then this apparently is just some cut up, looks like bowls. Maybe some, looks like some pieces of silverware or whatever. And this is all also sterling silver, or supposed to be sterling silver. This looks okay to go. This, what we're going to have to do with this one is, because this has just been cut up and I can tell it hasn't been cleaned, we'll have to burn this off a little bit, you know, and get rid of any polish or any coatings or anything that is on that. And then we're going to refine this out. So, let's see, ballpark 362 grams of sterling. This should end up somewhere, providing everything is sterling, this should end up somewhere around 10 ounces pure. Let me see. Just ballpark 362 divided by 31.1 equals 11.63 times 0.925. Yeah, so there's about 10 3/4, maybe a hair over 10 3/4 pure here, providing everything is what it's supposed to be. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to get with you when we get outside. We're going to go ahead and start dissolving this stuff and see what we end up with. We already know we should get at least around 10 3/4 ounces, so let's see how much of it is actually 925. Alright, we'll be back at you in a bit. Okay guys, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put this stuff in this little stainless steel pan that I've had forever. So we're just going to put this stuff in there like that, and then we are going to light our torch up and we are going to burn this stuff off and make sure that there's no gunk or crap on it, and we will go from there. And you don't want to get it melting hot, you know, but I mean, you just want to get it, let it start getting a little bit red, just to make sure that you've burned off any contaminants. Okay guys, I'm not seeing any more smoke or anything come off of this, so we're just going to call it and say that it's done. Okay, when I get this transferred into the beaker, we will get back with you. Okay guys, we've got our 2,000 milliliter beaker. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, B. I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff in there as well. I'm estimating approximately I don't know, 500 milliliters of nitric acid. But I've got 250 milliliters over here in this little beaker. And I'm going to go ahead and put in. Now I don't have my gloves on yet, but believe me, once I start getting into this, I will definitely put my gloves on. You saw when I goofed up before and got my black stained hands forever. But so I've got 250 mils of nitric there. I'm going to go ahead and put about 300 mils of distilled water in here. Well, actually, I've got about 400. That's all right, though. We're going to use it. And I'm going to go ahead and start adding some of this nitric acid. And then we're going to put it out up on the burner and put the fan on. So, just so you guys can see the little reaction. If we get a fast reaction to this, that's going to tell us that there's some copper items in here, but I don't believe there is. I'm hoping that was sterling, but that's what it's supposed to be. So we're going to go ahead and put in, let's see, put in about another, so we put in about 50 mils of nitric. I absolutely love these little plastic beakers for pouring acid. They are wonderful. If you ever want to get some just for pouring your acids, I don't use them for anything else but basically just pouring acid, because they work so well. They don't drip, they don't make a mess. Cover our nitric up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move this up onto the heat, and we'll get back at you in just a minute. Okay guys, so we have added 50 milliliters of nitric acid to this. I've got it on the little burner. We're going to go ahead and let it set for a bit and see what happens, and then we will be adding some more nitric acid. So we will get back at you in a few minutes. Okay guys, several minutes has passed. We are having a slight reaction. I'm actually seeing a little whitish purple, which would indicate silver chloride, and how we got silver chloride in there I have no idea. Maybe it was just something that was on the you know, on some of the silver. But I'm going to go ahead and add some more nitric acid right now. We started with putting in 50 mils. I'm going to go ahead and add maybe another 50 to 100. Actually, we only added about, so right there we are just about at 100 mils in. We're getting a little more reaction. I'm going to go ahead and make it the 100 mils even. So just a touch more. Okay, we are at 100 mils. That kind of kicked it up a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and put our lid on. Let you guys watch it for a second. And then we'll shut her down for a few and let it work for a while, and then we'll get back to you. Okay guys, we were about an hour in, and as you can see, we are generating a pretty good amount of knots. We're still having a really good reaction. I didn't have to put any more nitric in yet. So we're just gonna let it rock and roll for a bit, and we'll get right back at you in a little while. Okay guys, our reaction is slowing a little bit. I'm actually going to open this up and rinse the sides down a little bit, get some more water in here just in case we need some place for that silver to go. Remember now, it's glove time, because you're now messing with silver nitrate, and unless you want your fingers black, best take care. I think I'm going to add a little bit more nitric while we have the top off. We still have a fair reaction, but we still got a lot of metal in there. Let's go ahead and put in some more nitric. Put in about another like about 25 mils, I think I put in. Picked it right back up. I'll go ahead and cover it again. See if we can't give you a little close-up on what's going on there. Getting a really good reaction. Steady, not foaming up, which is what we want. So we're going to let this play out, and we'll get back at you in a little bit. Okay guys, our reaction has slowed down quite a bit. I'm going to just check it real quick. Add a little more water, rinse this down. Sorry for the big time fan noise in the background, but the wind is blowing out here today, so I just want to make sure that all this stuff is going out that way and not coming back in. Alrighty, I want to check and see if I can feel how much metal is in here. And we still have quite a bit of metal. So we are going to go ahead and add our next little batch of nitric. Our total volume is up to 500 mils right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to heat this up a little bit more. And I've got 100 mils of the first 250 mils left, so I'm going to put 50 in and see what it does. If it doesn't go nuts, we'll go ahead and put the rest in. Okay guys, I actually let this go for several minutes. I think it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and add a little more nitric. I'm going to try to see if I can get the rest of this last 50 mils in. So that's a total of 250 milliliters of nitric acid right now, and 400 mils, or a little over 400 mils of water. I'm going to go ahead and just rinse this down one more time real quick, and then we are going to let it go again. And we'll come back out in an hour or so and check it out. See if we're going to need to, how much more nitric, try and guesstimate about how much more we're going to need to finish this off. So we will get back at you then. Okay guys, it has been about another hour. Our reaction has slowed quite a bit. We are now at 250 mils of nitric in. Go ahead and rinse us down a little bit. And we are going to go ahead and add some more acid. We've got another 100 mils measured out here. It's a little warm, so we're going to add this kind of slow. That's about 25. I'm going to go ahead and add 50. That's about 50 mils right there. So we're going to let that sit for a second, see how it reacts. Make sure we don't get no big foam up. We are pretty much just down to those big, thicker buttons and chunks. All the fine stuff is pretty much gone, you know, the thinner stuff. So rinse that off. I'm going to rinse this down, shake it to one side and get a look at it. Fairly hot. You can see right in here, that's mostly just all the buttons and the heavier, thicker pieces that were in there. All that cut up sterling looked like maybe a few little bowls or something, and some silverware pieces. All that's already into solution. It's dissolved. The only thing we have left now are these heavier pieces. So I'm going to spread them back out. Rinse this down again, and then we're going to let this go for another hour again. In just a second. I didn't get that much of a reaction, so I'm going to go ahead and add that last 100 mils out of this batch. That'll put us at 350 milliliters of nitric acid in. That may do it. I don't know for sure, but we will see. Yeah, I love these for pouring acid. Boy, they are nice. You don't got to worry about little drips going everywhere and trying to catch it. That actually got our reaction going a little bit again, so we're going to keep an eye on it for just a second. Make sure we don't have anything happen that's unexpected. So we are just going to let this go for another hour and then come back out and check it, and we will get back at you. Okie dokie guys, it's a little bit after 8 o'clock. We still have a little bit of stuff left in there reacting. So what I'm actually going to do is just set this to warm, and I am going to go ahead and leave this for the night because it's going to start getting dark anytime now. And turn my lights off out here, and we will pick this up in the morning. So we'll see y'all in the morning. Hey guys, I just popped back in for a second. We're actually about a little over 20 minutes into this video right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for this half. And then when we get back out here in the morning, we will go ahead and start the second half of this video, because we're going to actually have to filter the stuff off and then drop it. So we will get back at you in the next video. Have a good one, guys.